Welcome to the for each loop tutorial. This is the last loop I am going to cover. The basic fundamental of this loop is that it will loop through the values of an array or the elements of an array. I remember that in my earlier tutorials I said that the elements of an array are also called ID tags. The elements of an array aren't called ID tags. When you are echoing out an array value, these here are the ID, like numerical ID, keys or tags. So I apologize for that. However, let's get back to our for each loop. Now we'll create an array to start with. I'm going to call this numbers and it's an array. We now have to create these. I've shown you this in my earlier tutorial and we'll have the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, so for each is like this. So we have for each and then we have our condition here. Well, I don't know what to call it. So let me say the name of the array, that is numbers. And then we say as and then we say value. So we can give this any name. We could call it anything, but I will type value. And then inside the curly brackets, the fundamental command would be echo value. And we'll concatenate a line break in the end and let's have a look at this. So that echoed through our loop. It's a really easy way to echo through our loop. You can use other loops to echo through an array. You have to write it manually, however. And this is probably the easiest way to do it. So maybe as long as you remember this, you can echo through your array, perform operations on each part of your array, and then maybe store it in a new array. However, I am going to show you how to manipulate in a simple way. Now what I'll do is I am going to do the 2 times table. So I'll scrap this and I'll say the following. So I need the number in the array here times 2 is, and then outside of this is going to be the new value. So we are going to times each element of that array, each number in the array by 2. Let's start out by saying numbers. Sorry, we are going to say value because we have stored for each element in this variable name value. So value is each of these in turn through the loop. Therefore, value times 2 is, and then after this we'll put some brackets. Inside we'll type value times 2. Remember, this is a mathematical operator, an arithmetical operator that I have showed you earlier. It is a mathematical operator, but the correct name is arithmetic. Okay, this is going to multiply by 2. Now to make this interesting, what I will do is to make this as a multiple, as a new variable, and the multiple up here is going to equal 2. So you can guess by now that I have basically replaced that. I can change this as I please. Let's load this and refresh. Oh, we forgot the break. So let's just add that in the end here. Well, as we can't read it, sorry, 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, all the way up to 10 times 2 is 20. We know these are all correct. We can change this. Let's say we want the 10 times table. Refresh. 1 times 2 is, we forgot to change this 2 into multiple. Now it will echo our number. Refresh. So 1 times 10 is 10, 2 times 10 is 20, 10 times 10 is 100. So as long as we change the value of the multiple, let's say the 12 times table, our 2 values are going to change. There we are. So from this for each loop and array, I have created a really basic multiple program with which you can see the times table for any set of numbers you like. So that's the for each loop. Thanks for watching. This is Madhur dubbing for the Spoken Tutorial project.